Hello! I've got a story for you. It's called Lick the Knife, and it's from my collection of short stories called Piano Town. Lick the Knife. Rhea gazed at the ice through the kitchen window. A wolf paced in the frozen yard, eager to eat her. The gas oven yawned, a tunnel of heat spreading across the room. She fumbled in the silver drawer for a knife and cut her thumb. She kicked a box of oatmeal cookies on the floor and said, "Damn it to hell." The next day she went outside and moved the cement bird bath. First the fluted bowl and then the matching stand. Bits of seed, berries, and stringy brown algae sloshed beneath the skim of ice onto her rubber boots. She stepped on a can of hairspray hidden in a tangle of garden hose. Beneath, "Do not spray into eyes," she read this: "In order to thwart the wolf, you must think like an Esquimaux." She puffed her menthol cigarette and threw it into the snow. While making tomato soup from a can, she began to think like an Esquimaux. She gathered the steel needles in her house and put them in a safe place. She took a length of pig's intestines, stripped out the gelatinous lining, and filled it with egg yolks, which she then buried in the yard. She called all of her friends and forbade them to utter her name, for it was very unlucky in the far north for one's name to be spoken aloud. That night the wolf visited again and came back to the back door, pressing its fangs against the glass. Rhea stood still, becoming one with the furniture and to the wolf. Puzzled, ran away into the cold night to rummage for pizza crusts and slops of canned tangerines. Rhea spread pelts of polar bear on the hardwood floor and lit a blubber lamp. The lamp crisped and cracked, sending forth a deep pale of yellow into her living room. She imagined heaving ice, igloos, puffins, auks, and the dark liver of a freshly killed seal. She slept well. The next day, Rhea removed her gloves and hammered a strong wooden stake into the hard ground where the bird bath had been. From her sealskin boot, she pulled a double-edged knife, razor sharp, and bound it to the stake with caribou sinew. She spat onto the wrapping, freezing the cord and securing the blade. She skipped lunch and, upon a bearskin pallet, gave birth to a son. She held it by the ankles, carried it outside, and watched its breath catch in the biting air. There was no more soup, and, being the dead of winter, alone, and thinking like an Esquimaux, she hung the child by its neck and ate it raw, saving the belly fat to grease her boots. That night the wolf returned, and finding a shank of meat posted upon a stake of wood, began to lick the frozen blood. The wolf licked and licked, feeling warmth gather upon its tongue as the taste of meat caused its stomach to roar with hunger. With each lick, the knife sliced deeper into the wolf's tongue, the flow of its own blood becoming ever greater. The wolf grew dizzy and snapped at the air. Rhea watched it stagger into the night, pleased that she would never see the wolf again. Yes, Lick the Knife, in my collection called Piano Town.